What's going on, y'all? We live. Welcome to episode 28 of the Fight Night Forecast, where we highlight, recap, and cover all things boxing. You know what I mean? I'm whipping it a little bit. I'm heading back home. Got a little bit of a drive ahead of me. Big weekend plan. Lil fight night. He's getting married this weekend, so we got a decent weekend full of activities and whatnot. So I'm actually kind of glad that the Thursday night fight night's happening as opposed to this weekend, because I'm having a little more time with family and stuff like that. I'm able to still cover the big fight and be able to watch it tonight and whatnot. So yeah, so in case y'all might not know, Shakur's fighting tonight, not Saturday night. It's happening tonight, Thursday, November 16th on Top Rank ESPN. Yeah, man, it's about to be a good bout. Before we get into the main event, though, real quick, I want to talk to y'all. Let's cover this undercard real quick. We got a pretty good stacked undercard, and lately, we haven't had as many of these. Through and through, like really good cards. You know what I mean? Where it's like every fight on there's could end up being a good fight, right? We got Troy Isley, top-ranked prospect. He's fighting tonight on the undercard. Abdullah Mason, honestly, probably one of the best rated prospects, especially the top rank has. He's fighting tonight, and of course the co-main event, we got Emmanuel Navarrete, one of the best 130-pounders right now. He's fighting Robson Conceição, ex-Olympian. Conceição, he's also fought Shakur. That was that fight that Shakur came in overweight for. So Conceição's no stranger to fighting good talent. So we'll see. You got Navarrete, he's got kind of that awkward style, weird style, hard power puncher, very hard style to comprehend's not the word I'm thinking of. Very hard style to combat, I guess. It's just tough. That's one of the most underrated things that a lot of fighters go through. When you go in there with somebody who is a just weird style, hard style. Obviously, you could throw southpaw in there too for some people. That's a difficult style, but it's tough to go in there and train for somebody who's got a specific style. It's hard to find sparring, hard to find good looks when it comes. Somebody throws a hook a weird way, right? It's hard to find somebody that throws that hook the exact same way that'll give you looks in training for it. It's easy to look on, do a little bit of a little bit of film work and whatnot. It's a different thing when you see it in there live. You know what I mean? So I think that's going to be a good bout. It's going to be a good bout. It's going to be a little bit of I think a little bit of a grimy fight. You know what I mean? It's going to be a lot of inside work. I think it's going to be a lot of standing and trading. I think probably if we're looking at fundamental boxing wise, we're probably looking at Conceição, being the ex-Olympian, strong amateur background, whatnot. He's probably a little better of the technical boxer, but you got Navarrete with that unconventional style, hard hands, throws hard, power puncher, but can box too. So I think that we're in for a good bout with them leading up to the main event. So let's get into the main event, man. Heard all kinds of different talk all over the map about how people think this fight's gonna go. Here's my take on it. Been watching a lot of media covering it, whatnot. A lot of people are kind of sleeping on Los Santos. And if y'all know me, y'all know I'm a huge Shakur fan. And I believe he's going to pull it out, but I don't want to give away all the credit, right? Edwin De Los Santos is a tough fighter. He can crack. He's a power puncher. I would say I'm thinking in my head, I'm looking down the list of people in that division. There's not too many people that I don't see at least a 50-50 fight or more with Edwin De Los Santos with. I mean, let's take away, I mean, I would say Tank. Tank, I think would for sure beat De Los Santos. Haney, I think it'd be a good fight. Shakur, obviously we're about to find out tonight. But there's a lot of people that I don't think could beat De Los Santos in that division. So this is a tougher fight than we expected, I think, coming in. I think it was kind of weird because, we had that whole thing with the Frank Martin deal where that fell through, right? And Shakur was obviously going in on that. And then, right after that, we had the Devin Haney possibility where they were throwing around, some money and some contracts and stuff, and obviously that fell through with the idea of the 75-25 split. Now, obviously Bob Arum, a few people have come out and said that was never the case, but nonetheless, that fight didn't happen, right? So there was a lot of, in and out for a lot of these different fights, and the next thing you know, De Los Santos pops up out of nowhere, right? And the fight's made almost immediately, and now we're moving into that. So I think people are kind of like, oh, this is just going to be another tune-up. But I really don't think it is, man. I think, like I said, he's fast. We saw that in the Adorno fight. He's got fast hands. I would say quick feet. He's a southpaw also, so you got that southpaw for southpaw vibe going on. But strong power puncher, has a good jab. Granted, most of what we've seen him against is lower level fighters and also orthodox fighters. I guess I would say Adorno is a low level fighter, but you know what I mean. He's not on Shakur's level. Shakur's that cut above. You know what I mean? But yeah, I think De Los Santos has a good chance. I think that he's got his cards stacked against him. Right, this is his first 12-round fight. His last 10-round fight he had with Adorno, I believe. He looked kind of rough in those later rounds. People were saying, that they were kind of questioning his gas tank a little bit. Does he have that in him? Whatnot. So that's something to watch out for. Let's see how he does in these later rounds. I think that De Los Santos is going to be he's going to be dangerous, especially in those first beginning rounds. I think he's going to be dangerous. I think he's going to be coming out looking for them power punches. Some keys I think for him to win, for him to beat Shakur, is he's going to have to do the dirty work. He's going to have to get in there. He's going to have to throw body punches. He's going to have to hit Shakur in places Shakur's not been hit before. He's going to have to kind of lower that chin level and just kind of go in there and throw, right? Catch Shakur off guard with his rhythm. He could work that jab. I think that's going to be the biggest thing, is he's going to have to get Shakur out of rhythm. Because once Shakur kind of sets into that rhythm, get your timing down, get your distance down, the lights start turning down, the water starts rising. Next thing you know, you lost to Shakur. You know what I mean? So I think that's going to be the big thing, man. Is he's going to have to stay within himself. This is going to be his first, probably for sure his biggest fight to date. So the stage is going to be set. He's going to have to stay within himself. He's going to have to, execute his game plan. He's going to have to land power punches, and he's going to have to land those grimy, inside bodywork punches. You know what I mean? So that's just what it's going to have to be. Now let's look on the flip side, man. Shakur's got a guy who's having his first 12-round bout. The moment's going to be big. Shakur's been in these moments 100 times already. You know what I mean? Not really, but y'all know what I mean. He's been in these moments. He lives for these moments. But, I think in today's day and age, Shakur's a top 5 fighter. I don't think anybody in the game, you could argue Terrence Crawford. I don't think anybody in the game has better distance control than Shakur Stevenson. And I think you could argue that Shakur is also in the top, I would say top 3 best footwork in boxing currently. And, footwork and distance control, that kind of goes hand in hand a little bit. So some of y'all out there might be like, man, you're being redundant. But there's a lot of guys out there with good footwork that can move but can't do nothing with it. Can't control that distance with it. You know what I mean? And on top of the footwork that brings that control, Shakur knows how to use that lead hand. Whether that's with his jab or with parrying or against an orthodox fighter, right? Playing the lead hand game. He controls his distance not only with his footwork but with that lead hand also. So it's going to be a tough bout, man. I think it's going to turn into the classic boxer versus boxer puncher. You know what I mean? I think that's really what it's going to come down to. And Shakur, for the most part in his fights, has been able to get away with his insane reflexes. He's got some of the best reflexes in the game, right? So I think that De Los Santos is going to have to kind of utilize that rhythm that Shakur gets with pulling back. Shakur, there's a few flaws in that game, right? He likes to pull back a lot. Slight pullback, back in. Slight pullback, back in. So I think that if De Los Santos can start timing that pullback, that Shakur only gets away with that pullback because he has insanely good reflexes and good boxing IQ, and he's able to get away with that, right? Shakur should probably take more angles and circle a little more, especially being a left-handed fighter, but he doesn't. So I'm not trying to dissect his game, not saying that he's not one of the greatest, not getting into that with y'all right now, because he's an insane fighter, and like I just told you, I think he's top 3 right now in the game. So I think De Los Santos, if he's able to start timing that pullback, he can do some damage. Another thing Shakur does, and we saw this in the Herring fight. We saw it a little bit in the last fight he had with the Yoshino guy, and saw it a little bit in the Oscar Valdez fight, and saw it. I don't know, most of his fights recently, you've seen it. Shakur will hang in the pocket a little longer than he needs to, and he gets away with that also because, again, his reflexes and his boxing IQ save him from that. But there was a few times in the Yoshino fight that he caught a little clip that I'm thinking in my head right now. If he gets caught by a De Los Santos doing that, that's going to be a different story. He can touch the canvas. You know what I mean? And I know Shakur's never been knocked down, let alone I'm not pretty sure he hasn't even been really wobbled in any of his fights. So could be interesting. But I'm thinking there's been a few times that I've seen Shakur get hit with something because he's just been hanging in the pocket a little too long, that I'm like, man, De Los Santos could take advantage of that and put him on his canvas for the first time. I think that there's a possibility there could be a couple knockdowns in this fight on both sides. That's my hot take. Hot take alert. Hot take alert. Again, I don't like bringing it up because Shakur's one of my favorite fighters, but I'm trying to bring y'all the unwarranted, unbiased truth. I'm trying to give y'all just, you know what I mean, the full-on truth. I don't want to, come in here telling y'all it's, my favorite fighter's going to win, because y'all don't want to hear that, right? Y'all want to hear, what I think could possibly happen and in a true manner. So, yeah, for real, man, I think it's going to be a good fight. I could see both guys touching the canvas. I could see this going the distance of 12 rounds, given that De Los Santos' gas tank doesn't give out, and we'll see how he does in those championship rounds. We've never seen him in an 11th and 12th round before, so let's see how that goes. Like I said, towards the end of that Adorno fight, he kind of gassed out a little bit, so we'll see how he looks, man. We'll see if he, has upped the cardio and gotten it right. 16-1 versus undefeated Shakur Stevenson. So I think it's going to be a good fight. Let's make sure that y'all tune in tonight. I want to say the undercard starts at 7:30, something like that, somewhere around there on ESPN Plus. I'm pretty sure. I'm I'm not sure. I should have looked into this, and this is my fault. I want to say it's not a pay-per-view tonight. I want to say it's not a pay-per-view tonight, but I'm not sure. I know it is a title fight. I believe an interim title fight for the WBC 135, I believe. So whoever wins this will now be the interim 135 champion, while Devin Haney's up at 140 handling business with Regis Prograis coming up in December. So, whoever wins this, I'm not saying we will see it, but I'm hoping that we'll see whoever wins this fight Devin Haney, and I really hope it's Shakur, because we want to see that. And I think that'll be some dirty work, watching that fight go down. So yeah, man, thank y'all for tuning in, man. Big news, just confirmed today that I have a interview with a pro boxer coming up this Sunday. I'll get back to you on a time. I'll make a post about it. Looking at about probably between 5 and 6 p.m. ish time. I got the rear view boxing gloves. The title rear view boxing gloves, hopping in, make a little appearance. That's how. Hey, y'all know, man. I do this boxing thing, man. I love boxing. Everything's boxing. But I have a pro boxer, Austin Dulé, out of Nashville, Tennessee. He's fighting on December 1st. A lot of y'all down here that down in Nashville that know him. I hope y'all tune in. He is fighting at the fairgrounds. He's working his way up the ranks, man. We're hoping to see him in some bigger fights coming up down the road. You never know. We might see. He might call somebody out on the podcast. Maybe he will. We'll see. I'll see if I can get him to tell me who he's wanting to fight in his division. But we'll please tune in for that. I'm glad. I'm making this kind of short, sweet. We're just doing the Stevenson de Los Santos preview because I'm gonna be hitting y'all right back again on live on Sunday. Maybe I'll pop on tonight for a minute after the fight. Give y'all maybe what I thought of the fight. Maybe be quick, maybe 4, 5, 10 minutes, something like that. We'll see. Depending on how it goes. Maybe I'll pop off for just a minute, just give y'all a little bit of heads up because I'm planning on Sunday just rolling with that live with Austin. So yeah. Thanks again for tuning in, y'all. The gang's growing, as always. Every time I tell y'all, we're getting more and more subscribers every single episode, every single short I post. Hey, man, if y'all want to go see some shorts, I've been posting shorts. Some have been popping off. Go on there, show a little bit of love. Go check them out. Turn on post notifications so you can start seeing when I go live, see when I post shorts, see when I get live interviews with guys. But plan is to do the interview live on YouTube Sunday, so I will let y'all know if that changes at all. But yeah, turn on them post notifications, man, so y'all know what's going on. I'll have this live for y'all to watch again after I hop off here. I'll have it posted live or posted to YouTube's archive so y'all can watch it. But yeah, gang's growing, about to hit 500 subscribers, man, and y'all know what that means. We're halfway to 1,000. You know what I mean? We're growing out here, man. The gang's growing. We're trying to do gang activity. But as always, appreciate y'all for tuning in. I will see y'all on Sunday. Live interview. Pro boxer, Austin Dulé. Appreciate y'all as always. All love. Fight Night Gang. Peace.